So
Okay, we can start in the way we told in the open lecture. So maybe we can start as always from right to left, our right to left.
our right to
Yes.
left.
Okay, Sylvia, you want to start?
I'm always on the right side.
You are on our right.
And so, could you? The question is always what will I do for the starter gets through? Yeah.
Could you repeat? Sorry.
If the question is always what will I do for starters gets through?
If you will.
Yes, the question is this. We want you to
explain.
Yes, well, we have seen your ideas in the blog, but we don't know if there was enough time for the other participants to read them. So you can explain a little bit, and if you have some doubts about, I don't know, any topic, you can ask us, or you can also ask the other participants if your idea is related with some of their ideas.
But I think it's good to ask you a concrete thing, an exact thing, because sure we are going to ask you for some kind of about your project. So try to think a question first for us, and then we are going to ask you about your project. Sure.
Okay, so the posts that I posted today were different. One was more on reflection, always about thinking about the participatory process, because it's quite my work. So I'm a researcher in that field. And the second one, it was about the idea that I had during these weeks, the more practical ideas, but they was really some sketchy ideas, so really everything that came to my head, but there wasn't one that I prefer, that I thought it was really working, so I didn't go really on with them. And so I don't know what I'm going to do for next week. Maybe I will get a great idea in these few days that explain me everything about Ortoscapes, or maybe I'm going to relate to other participant idea and to bring out some jam idea or something like that. So as Hazen said before, maybe we can work on explaining the process, and explaining why we are happy about this workshop, and what gave it to us, to me and to the other participants, and or maybe we come out with a super technological bench that with 3D models and something more like that.
Okay, I think it's interesting to... Are we mute?
No.
Okay. It's interesting, as you are researching on participation, to remember that not all the proposals needs to be physical. Maybe it's a good idea if Hasem and Fabrizio, for example, are working in objects and more physical proposals, that you can propose ways or ideas for use the store target place in different conditions, environmental conditions or political conditions or whatever. I think it could be one idea that you can manage. I don't know if it fits with your... But talk about the process of participation in a place like that, it's really interesting.
An example behind the puzzle idea, it's the game. And we have talked about, you not only have to design physical objects, you can design laws and what communities are related. So if you try to make a game with some puzzle pieces, you are really designing this space. So we think you can focus, like Ethel said to you, in some kind of laws or relations behind this game and these stories, and then try to make them understandable. But you are doing well that.
No, I think, I don't know, but we have not commented this before, not even with Francesco, but maybe a good idea is that the whole projects of the workshop can be not only related between each other, but also complementary. So that's why I was, for example, talking about Hassem proposal as a space for proposing some uses as a physical landscape, to propose some uses of this. So maybe you can, during the week or the days you have, you can exchange ideas in between you to keep working with the network design working strategy, and not start from now, from this last session, to working alone in your projects. You can keep exchanging ideas in the blog or using the mailing list. So the result, it's really networking design, and not stop here at this last session and going a single project for each one.
So
you're right. You're completely right. Right, and we have to go on. We have used a lot the comment function, also as you suggested at the beginning, and it was really useful. And I think we should do it for last week we had, and also further if we can, if someone have time. And I always try to focus on activities, because really one of the projects that I showed to Ecosistema Urbano in my portfolio to us to participate at this workshop, it was a game between participants. It was a war with the cameras without weapon. So it's something that I like to do. So I will try to focus more on that. You're right.
Remember, and this is for all of you, that the first and maybe only rule here is to enjoy this final stage when you're working on, because when you enjoy designing, you can see it in the results of the. So
playing in the city.
Yes. Okay, Fabrizio, it's your turn.
Thank you. I can show you some.
Okay.
Great.
Some idea.
You can make bigger for the live stream.
Working groups. First, there are physical objects, and they work on two things: on the thickness of the square of the stop target, and on some alignments that we have in the stop target and surrounding. For example, one of these is the opposite to the ring, for example. Is this.
Yes, the big red ring.
A sort of inner square using the difference of level from the top to the bottom of the place of the stop target, and connecting it with the new cultures at the underground level. Or this, for example, this is another concept that work on the whole side of the square, for promoting various functions on the opposite side of the square, relating to the cultures, relating to the coffee bar, etc., related to the marketplace, to the bazaar building. This is another, and using each of these corners for making some activities. This is a group, only, sono 3 ragazze, there are also other ideas. For example, I see.
Yes, there is a noise.
Yes, that's very good, Pati.
For example, this for us is a not very good organization of the stock target, but there are one of ideas is quite well. For example, to make some tracks of lights in the stock target, or to make these places on the side of the where are the bar, the coffee, etc. To make places for hearing music. This is sort of tree of that make music, and this is the place near the bar, etc. on the top and at the right side of the place. All this is a sort of, for example, the diagonals alignment of the surrounding places in this other, and in this there are sort of axis, principal axis of the place, of the square, making from that the students named the drake, the dragon, and this is a sketch of my another professor of my team. Is a sort of drake from the top of the square to the opposite side of the bazaar, with the head that is a mirador on the lake. Come si dice mirador?
Viewpoint.
Panoramic point, the head of this dragon
Viewpoint.
is the panoramic point of the lake. This is a group that this is the
It's it's
the
pop
head
total.
of the day.
Okay.
This is Massimo Coffino. For example, this is like other two Chinese students. Uh, they had the idea of to make a sort of center of the stock target as a fountain, a big fountain, and from this other space of the square originating from this fountain. Non sono molto traduci per favore.
Non sei convinto di cosa? Di quest'ultimo?
La fontana in mezzo.
It's not sure that the central fountain is a good idea.
It's centrally occupate the center of the space.
I think it's quite the opposite, but it's still good. I mean, granted, that is the opposite approach from the idea of ring, I think, because the ring is like we have an empty space where we can focus on activities, and the fountain is like a central fountain or object is very contemplative vision on square.
Well, this is some of sketches and drawings of my students. Another, for example, is this. Using the level, non riesco a vedere se riuscite a vedere. Yes. This. Using the top quote of the level of the square to make this sort of bridge, the red area that is to the quote 4 meters on the part of the square around the bazaar. The other parts of the square are at the actual level, and in questo modo they make a sort of principal space of aggregation on the central side of the square, and respect to the other side, and the other, but this is I think that these sketches, this drawing are representative to the work of my students now.
There are wonderful ideas around there.
I like the last one.
You want PDF of it?
I think it's interesting for everybody of us to know if your students are designing all together or there are single independent projects.
is a question for Fabrizio, I guess.
Yes, Francesco.
Are
Just
they,
a brief question, just to know if the process is like.
Sì, Fabrizio chiede che se ogni studente, ogni gruppo lavora indipendentemente, se c'è anche interazione tra i vari gruppi che lavorano.
No, ogni gruppo lavora indipendentemente, però è coordinato da un professore.
Che sei tu?
Ok.
Sono io più i miei due integratori, che sono professori anche loro sotto la mia direzione.
Yes, students are working in groups, and each group is working quite independently from others, but the whole group of students is coordinated by Fabrizio and his two assistants.
Okay, thank you, Fabrizio and Francesco. I think we can go on listening Hasem. If you can explain us deeper your idea, that looks wonderful.
Okay.
The
Okay,
sound
my
is really
idea
bad.
basically was about business strategy because I think the weather is something a big challenge. Okay, so I thought about that people like to sit in the sun in Norway. So in winter there's a little bit a big portion of square is shaded. So I thought about raising this place in shade so it could take more sun. Okay, and also make a topography which is variable through the whole square, and also maybe varies with seasons. Maybe in the square it looks different from the square in winter. Maybe in
Hassan,
some
sorry.
places not all of it.
Hassan, sorry. We can understand you like I think you have less velocity than the rest of us. Can you freeze your image and talk only with voice to us, please? Because we can hear
It's
you.
difficult to listen.
Okay, sorry about that. I forgot to mute.
Sorry again, because you always look like a black, but it's better to understand you. Sorry.
Can you hear me clearly now or not?
Better.
Better, much better.
Okay. The idea was about thinking about seasonal strategies that people in Norway like to sit in the sun, and in the winter a big portion of the square is covered in shade. So I thought about raising these places so it could get more sun in the winter, and maybe make this topography responsive to the climate. So maybe the square in the summer looks different, this topography looks different in the square in the winter. Okay?
Okay.
Then after reading the posts about Sarah and Sylvia, okay, I thought about connecting some pieces. Say,
Oh, we lost Hasem.
Okay. We are going to invite him again. Sorry. We are here, and we are going to invite him again. And I have. Okay.
Okay, he's here.
He's here again.
Hi, Hasem again.
We lost you when you began the second part of your intervention. Can you repeat, please?
okay, about mixing the pieces.
Yes, in that part.
Yeah, I already wrote some of my thoughts on a comment of Sylvia's book, but I'll explain it here about connecting this topography, variable topography, with the proposal of what is done in Greenhammer, and I saw the proposal in Francesco's blog, with Sylvia's connecting furniture together and snow melting points, and also about Sarah's first proposal about two leveling. So maybe in the center it's natural, something made with wood, and then the kinetic topography is changing around it, creating two levels and creating furniture that people could mix and match together. Okay,
Okay, thank you, Hassem.
I hope you could hear me.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I was thinking that to have the best of this time left, we can start exchanging ideas between participants. Maybe Sylvia can comment some ideas on Fabrizio and Hassem, and in the same way.
When Hassan come back again,
He's lost again. Oh,
yes, I'm going to
sorry.
invite him.
Yes.
So, okay.
Okay.
So
But we can start going.
we can gonna start
yes.
going, and I can recover the idea far.
Ah, you want to say something?
Yes.
No, yes, go on.
Because,
Sorry.
But Hassem is not here, so I really I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think Hassem has made a.
Hassem is here again.
Okay, hello Hassem.
Hi, Hassem. Welcome back.
If you can hear us, can you
Yeah.
Yes.
can you use the chat?
Now.
Okay, so I think the linking point with your project it's that you have find the places of the square where things can happen, because in a cold weather it is very important to be
Aware of the climate conditions.
exactly. It's important to be at below the sun, at the sun, and I think the best place is to make things happen, like playing games like a puzzle of Sylvia, or some sort of thing of Sarah, or the Fabrizio students, to think about not only a plane, it's looking at your diagram.
Yes.
I don't believe really that.
Like his topography.
Okay, I don't believe really that at Store Target you can make this kind of topography, but this topography is showing us where things could happen. So I think it's very important to work with other participants,
Yes.
to relate your topography, and I think it's
With the things that can happen there.
yes, more as a diagram, because if you put it how can I say it?
Upside down.
Upside down, and you can reflect the places of the square where the sun is, where there are more hours of sun at the year. People can design the process of games or meetings, or taking these hills of sunlight.
Taking these inputs to design.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yeah,
I
no, I think it's. I think our comment for Hassem, it's that you say it well, and we want to see a brief interaction between them.
Yes.
So, okay, going back in the same order, Sylvia, if you want to comment something about the singing trees or the topography of Hassem, and how do you feel that you can use some of these ideas? Please go on.
Okay. Yes, I think that we really should take Adele's idea and work on it like really like Sarah did with sketches also. She made some sketches about the ideas of other person. I like it so much. And also I thought about it's not really, it's just a point of the square in front of the Centre Pompidou in Paris.
Mhm.
And it's really another location, another city, and really the center of one of the metropolis of Europe. But it's a so simple square without anything on it, and it's really always crowded by people playing guitars or making jocularlium. I don't know how to say it, and it's a great example of what really is. I don't know how did they. This is a question for you. Why do you think that this square works so well? Just it's just a square without anything, but it's inclinated. I don't know if it's right, but it's like this. So why it's so crowded always? And I don't think that everyone who's here is going to enter in the Centre Pompidou. I'm quite sure that a lot of persons that are there are really just for enjoying the situation.
I think it's the same case we have here in the Magba Square, that they build the plain terrain just with a rampa, ¿cómo se dice? Ramp, and is the most alive square in Barcelona, slope. So I think that one point of these two examples is the diversity of people that meets there. Maybe this is one interesting point, because for example in the Pompidou there is people interested in art, but there is also a very central space. There are a lot of children because you have the other park in the side with the big toys in the water. So when you have diversity, there is always more mixed uses and more alive places and public space. So I think it's a good thing to think about, how to, in a store target, how to make proposals that are useful for all kind of persons, starting with children and ending with all people, all the range of ages, and what diversity means in the whole range of the term.
I think it's a mix of reasons. One is the lack of urban furniture in Paris. If you have to go there, you have to walk a very lot to find a bench. A bench. And there's a place with a light slope, with sand, where people can meet together, and there's a nice view. There's also free Wi-Fi. So I think it's this mix of reasons that things can happen. And I think it's a good intuition because, okay, the store target facility, it's not going like se me trabó el nombre. El edificio francés.
Pompidou?
It's like a Pompidou in Amar. It's going to be very big. It's going to have a free space, free public space in front of this, and we are thinking and designing that we have to put some things, but in your projects and in your ideas, there's idea to make some empty space, and probably it could be fine to make a place to look at the people going outside or inside the building.
Yes, or even use the building, as we said in a previous session, with light projections or something. You cannot need to touch the structure or building materials, just to use the facade to interact with the square. Fabrizio,
it's your turn. Do you have questions for other participants? There's a lot of bright and
follow function, follow form.
Function follow form.
This is on the
Smartphones follow form.
my class.
You can speak in Italian.
If it's easier and Francesco can translate.
Really, and we understand you in Italian, and then Francesco translates for the live stream and all worldwide.
Francesco, che devo dire? No, io
quello che vuoi.
per
Che
esempio,
pensi del centro Pompidou?
cosa ne penso del centro
Dire
Pompidou?
quello che vuoi.
I think that this Kulturus is a sort of big box, bigger than the city. But io pensavo all'inizio di considerare il Kulturhaus come anche un elemento di progetto per gli studenti, ma poi ho visto che i lavori stanno lavorando, stanno demolendo la biblioteca, eccetera, allora ho lasciato perdere questa cosa, pensando che alcune funzioni potessero essere per così dire spalmate sulla piazza o sotto la piazza, visto che ha sostanzialmente questi due livelli di arrivo e partenza. Francesco?
Interesting. I'm not only translating, if you agree, I'm also adding something else. Also different something. So this is interesting point. You wonder if the cultural center in Stortorget should not be considered as Pompidou Center of Hamar, sense that it's on the square and it's the most important building on the square in the future. So, well, Mauricio wanted at the beginning work with his students on the cultural center more than the square, and he was also thinking about how to translate and move some of the function of the cultural center to the square, maybe on an underground level. And I think I want to add that the difference between the square of Pompidou in Paris, okay, there are a lot of differences, but the main thing is that in Hamar we don't have just one direction to look at, because we have the cultural center on the side, but we also have the lake. I think these are the main attraction point for the square, and I think that there is a tension to be considered between the landscape of the lake and the more constructed point, the cultural center. So, and I think this is very interesting because we have we don't have I think it's okay and very coherent with that approach. Not one side, but two or more.
So, Sam.
Non ho capito quello che
So,
hai
un
detto,
moment.
ma credo sulla parola.
Sorry, Fabrizio. Go on, go on.
Go on, please.
No, this is saying that he didn't understand what I said, but I'm translating this frame in the chat.
He should trust you.
So,
But he trusts me.
Sam, your turn. Thank you, Fabrizio.
Okay.
Yes.
I actually wanted to ask a question for all of us. because I'm having some contradictory thoughts about it. Contradictory thoughts. It's appropriate to design in a place you haven't seen, like we do here in network design process, or you must, if you're going to use the actual design, you must go visit the place, see the people. It's okay to, I think it's okay to make some proposals, some ideas, but I want to know what you think. Is it okay to make a final design without seeing the place?
So
Because I'm having, because why I'm was saying this, because last week I was in Siwa Oasis in Egypt. Okay? So it was a small workshop also. We were architects from our experience from Cairo, which is a city, Alexandria is a city also, and we tried to make some house in this waste, which is not really a city. Okay? So I saw that we are far away from the place, so we didn't know anything about it. So if we were designed from Cairo, we would make a proposal which had nothing to do with the place. So I'm asking about what are we doing here? What do you think about the process of this experience? That's it.
just well, we think that we are a very little node of the process. So we are working for Amar's people, and we think Ecosistema can gather all the ideas, all these kind of crazy things like talking about activism, games, playing, and so on, and they have to facilitate to Amar's people and synthesize all this network design. So
Just remember the metaphor with the puzzle and the pieces, because there are 2 online workshops. There has been a lot of physical workshops there. So we are just a small part of the node, as Paco said, and we need to be really creative, because then Ecosistema Urbano can have lots of ideas to remix and to try to make a reality of some of them.
and sometimes we are used to repeat the same path always and always, and we have to think in other path, and sometimes we need to hear other people from other places like Egypt or like Italy or like Germany or like what any place to rethink and remix and rework what we are doing, because I think all life of us is like a repeating cycle, and we need to interact with other people to bring new ideas to work with them. And I think it's the purpose of the
workshop.
of
Yes.
the workshops.
By the way, Francesco is pointing some interesting things in the chat. Francesco, would you like to speak a little bit about that? It's better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go on, please.
Okay. Okay. Then I think that this is one of the main points of our experience here. And yesterday, during the last lecture with Andres, there was exactly the same debate. We were discussing which is the role of online participants while we are involved in that. And the main thing some ideas before starting the process, and now I have some different ideas. The first thing, the first advantage is that we have the power of being strangers. It means that we think about public space in a different manner than Norwegian people. So, which is the advantage of that is that we can give them fresh ideas that never they could have had. It's very simple, but it's very a very important point to me. It's like when Agatha was talking in the blog of how being a tourist in our own city. For instance, okay, it's like a rich, I don't know how to say this. Okay, it's not very related to the work, but the other day I was with Andres in Madrid, and at midnight we went to Parque del Retiro, and he discovered the park in the night. And for me it was very normal because I am Italian, I don't know Madrid very well, so I used to go there. But Andres didn't hear, he was born here, he didn't know the park in the night. It was like amazing of seeing that. I think this is the power we have of being part. And the second thing that I really love about online participation is that we are working with digital tools. It means that it's encouraged to think about physical space not only with a material approach. So, like we are working with as I was saying in the chat, with magic tools somehow, because I'm not here with you, but I'm working with you. So it really looks like magic if we think like that. And I think it's very important because, as we know, as Pablo said, explained in the workshop, the public space is not about the world or material or physical things. And I think working on the online tools helps us to liberate us from the construction layer.
Thank you, Francesco. I just want to say one small thing. Taking your last point about digital tools, for the participants to don't forget that you can use digital tools in your design, because we're talking about tactical urbanism and urban hybridization. So you can, I don't know, if you're not sure about how the physical space works or everything, you can bring some history to the people there with QR codes, with projections, with interactions in the pavement, in the topography created by HACEM. So just don't put limits to yourself, and also think that you have an open world, and you can take this magic described by Francesco also to all the people who lives there. So just a single point for you to don't forget that point.
I think we can.
Yes, it's almost maybe Francesco. Sorry for going with you again, but can you repeat the suggestions? We all understand that are not guidelines, but they are really helpful for the participants to know how to approach. Then can you repeat it, please?
Okay. The way we have figured out the guidelines and to give you an idea, now we are preparing final reports of the process of the participation process, which would end in the end of December. So we have to start we will make an exhibition and a final report for Hammer citizens about what we have been also your experience. What does it mean for you, this design experience with us? Next, after that, the second week is November, the beginning of November. You have the leaders on the meeting. Is to send us PDF of one or I don't know, 3 or 5 pages, I don't remember exactly, but it's very open with a more detailed text and images showing again your project, your proposal, your research, your thought, and also your feeling of the equation that Adam was answering. What does it mean to work from far? How do you feel? Do you think it could work? How could we make it better? And things like that. And after that, it would be great to have a video of you if you want, because to the final exhibition that we would make a party the 3rd of December there in Hammer, and we will have projection. So it would be great to have people from all over the world just talking about your ideas for the square, and let's see. And also I would like to remind that first, if you have any questions, you can write to me. I mean, the workshop is ending, but I'm here and I think part of it also. And the last thing is that you can go on using, as Pablo and Heather was saying before, you can use the chat, the medically, you can follow the Hammer experience on Monday, you can use the blog if you want. I mean, the process is going on. It's just that we have 1 month of intense activities for the workshop, so the summer is going on.
Okay. Thanks, Francesco. Stop chatting and talk.
Sorry, I was trying to explain that I was sharing at the same time that Francesco was talking the 3 points on a PDF, and I think in live stream is
Yes,
recorded,
I saw it. Mhm.
and at the same time he has explained that you can read the PDF.
Yes. Well, I think it's 7 o'clock, but maybe we can have just extra 5 minutes for participants to say their last points very briefly. So we have for closing the session, these 3 ideas of you to go on in the next week. Yes?
And at the right,
Far right.
And so we will do all the homework, and I'm really happy to have guidelines because it's really helped us to schedule time and to make some really. And also, I think that having the same format like videos or presentation, it's like much more easy after to make a presentation of all the projects all together. And so maybe we can just make another last call for the next weeks, just to say also hello to Sarah that is not here for today, and it have a great importance in all this month, because gave a lot of suggestion to all of us, I think. And also I think we have to go on, as you said before, speaking with us, as Hazem said, to make some storyboards together or something like that. So thank you for today, and maybe see you in next week or see you on the website. May.
Thank you,
thank
Silvia.
you, Silvia.
Fabrizio, your turn.
Non voglio salutare, ho detto.
Ciao a tutti.
Che è l'ultima sessione questa,
Sì, lo so. Visto la scadenza di consegna dei materiali, abbastanza presto per quanto mi riguarda, vabbè comunque.
Però è perché, ok, è solo perché dobbiamo consegnare, però insomma ma non è che è tutto molto libero.
Va bene. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Fabrizio. And Hassem, one last point or idea to close the session?
Try with image. If we are going down, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm muted the image anyway. Actually, I'm curious to see the final results and see the result of this experience. And also, I would like to make something, as Sylvia said, for, as a group, or maybe a story for what had happened. Maybe recording a video for Green Hammer as proposal, and another video for what we feel about this experience. Share it with each other. Oh, that's it. Okay.
Great. Thank you, Hassem.
And Ulfka, Francesco, you are there, so you can say something.
We want to hear Urska voice again.
I only want to say that I'm really curious about the answer. I'm already waiting all day for the class to see what's going on. And you're doing great, and thank you.
Thank you. Well, I think with... no, Francesco. Sorry.
No, I just wanted to thank Rusma because she was very helpful. And by the way, she's leaving tomorrow because she's going back to
Party tonight.
the
And my
Thank you very much.
Well, we just want to say again thank you, Urska and Francesco, for all your help, and for all the participants to remember that we can still be in touch for all the final process. And the last point is the one I said before: don't be shy and dream. At least it's Dream Hammer, so dream, and we're going to work in interesting emotional proposals. So please feel free to contact us during these days if you need some link, some approach, some question, some comment, whatever. And thank you very much.
Thank you, like Etel, and networking. It's not dying today. Networking is birthing today.
It's alive.
And it's alive, and we want you to keep in touch with the mail list, whatever, Facebook,
With the blog, Google
Twitter.
Plus.
We work always like this, so we are happy to be with you, and thank you very much.
Okay. So see you soon.
See you soon.
And thank you.